jobs or had their hours cut this year, I'm here to tell you that there is hope for you. There are still ways to find jobs, which is why today we have Michael Clement, Family Houston Employment Coach, with us. He's going to share some tips and resources on how to find a job. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Shelley.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So if anyone has any questions or follow-up thoughts that you want to share with us, you guys can drop a comment below, or you can shoot us an email at family@familyhouston.org. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in, Michael. The first thing I want to ask is, for those individuals who are unemployed or have lost hours, while they're applying for jobs, they could also qualify for unemployment. Can you tell us how someone file?
Unemployment has changed a lot. In the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis, there were a lot of easy ways to get unemployment. People who were working part-time, who were working gig jobs, even restaurant workers working part-time, they could get unemployment, and they could get like an extra $600 a week. So it was crazy. It was like a really good thing in the beginning. Now all of that has changed. It's back to the regular unemployment insurance benefits. You just get probably 50%. I think in Texas it's 50% of your regular income. So basically, go on the twc.texas.gov website. That's probably the best way, because you can go in. It's open 24/7. You can go in there, and these days you're probably not going to get the message that it's freezing because too many people. That's a really good thing. Go on the website to apply. You can also call. The number is 1-800-558-8321. But I think going online is probably the best thing. And finally, if you get denied your case for unemployment insurance benefits, appeal it, because a lot of people get denied. You have to appeal it. And these days especially, because I'm getting a lot of people telling me that they're being told that they received too much, that they're not going to get it, or that they've, like I had a lady today, she said she received too much. That's what they told her. She hasn't received any in this year. So really, appeal the decision, and that way they can investigate more.
Wow, I hadn't heard about that. I didn't even know you could appeal. That's really good information to know. So once someone has filed for unemployment, what are some skills that someone could learn right now that would help them with finding a job in the future?
So yeah, it's really important right now. If a person is not working, and even if you are working, there's a lot of classes right now. They're online, so you can take them like anytime you want to. You can work during the day, and after work, watch the videos to get trained. I took a training in contact tracer. It was through Johns Hopkins University. That's just an example. It's really quick. I got a certification, 6 hours long. It taught me a lot. And it's just these little short trainings that are available online are really good to take. And for trainings that are a little bit longer, I'd like to share my screen.
Okay.
And there's a training right now available. It's through TXRX. And this is like a really interesting training. I think that a lot of people would be interested in this. Anybody that's worked in the manufacturing industry, oil and gas, construction, medical equipment, this is a training that they're doing ongoing. They had one in October, they had one in November, and the cost is $3,000, but for most people, 90% of the people, the training is free. So this is a really good training to look at. And then I had another one. Let's see, that one. And this one is also another training that's a really interesting training. There are 4 of them. And this agency, Capital Idea, they usually pay for a 2-year training for medical related fields. But now they're doing shorter trainings and in different fields. Like they're doing welding, forklift, rigging, CDL driving. The CDL driving really surprises me because it's an expensive training. It costs like $4,000 to $5,000.
Oh, wow.
And you can get it for free now.
Well, that's
So
amazing.
that's pretty amazing. I haven't seen that. I've been working for Family Houston for like since the beginning of time. But it's been like probably 17, 18 years, and I've never seen CDL provided for free. So that's a really good thing.
Wow, that's great. Those are some great trainings. And again, if you guys, Family Houston, our employment coaches can help you. So if there are trainings you're interested in or just topics, that's something that we can help you with. So, all right, Michael, I have a big question for you now. What are some ways to find a job right now?
Yeah, so basically right now, a really good thing is to go on the website LinkedIn. So right now, December, Christmas is coming up. People are thinking, well, I can't get on, I can't get a job right now. But you can prepare yourself. You can be working on your resume, making sure everything is perfect. Your resume, your cover letter. If you join our job program, we can work with you on Zoom meetings, doing an interview on Zoom. We can also help you with LinkedIn. So I brought up I'm sharing my screen about LinkedIn. And can you see that? The LinkedIn screen?
Let's see here. There's a little bit of
Okay,
technology issue there, I think. 1 second. Okay.
there we go. So now, basically, in your search, like I have found out some new things about LinkedIn is that you can find out if a person's working at a company you'd like to work at, and they've graduated from the same university you have. It'll show up in LinkedIn. So, like I have just brought up here San Jacinto College. Not that I'm thinking about applying there, but just for an example. So there, there are people. I went to the State University of New York in Brockport. I went to college there to get a bachelor's degree. And this is interesting because San Jacinto College has two people working there. These two people are working there. They went to State University of New York, Brockport also. Brockport's a little town in upstate New York, so it's interesting.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that the people came from Brockport and they're also working here in Houston. So that's an interesting thing that I just recently found on LinkedIn. So it brings up the networking point that, I kind of have this connection with them. I don't know them, but they graduated from the same university. So since we're here in another state, and there aren't a lot of people from Brockport, New York here, I can contact them through LinkedIn and see if there's other openings available. If I wanted to apply to San Jacinto College, I could find out just by contacting them if there's any openings, and just email back and forth with them to find out if there's openings at this time, and they could put in a good word for me. Even though they don't know me, they might be able to be nice and put in a good word that I went to the same university that they did. And in addition to that, who's gone to the same university, but also you can apply to, let's say I wanted to apply to Family Houston, right? So if the person wants to apply to Family Houston, they can look up who of their contacts work at Family Houston, or possibly look up Family Houston and they'll find people that are working at Family Houston that have related skills to them. So that's
something we keep forgetting about right now, that we can still be networking even though we can't be with someone in person, really. So there's still ways around that.
Exactly. Yeah. And we can do it through email. And then if you know that person, it's really good to work on LinkedIn. If you're looking for work, it's good to look at LinkedIn, look at your LinkedIn page. And I always tell people, if you don't have a good LinkedIn page, just delete it. Don't use it. It's better to have it's better to delete it than to have just your name there without a picture and nothing else.
Okay, well, that's a good
thing. We're kind of unorganized. So if you're looking for work, my LinkedIn page is kind of done. It's not perfect right now because I'm not looking for work. But When you're looking for work, you want to make that perfect.
Do you hear that, Tracy? You don't have to worry about Michael looking for a job elsewhere right now.
That's right.
Okay, so Michael, once someone has found a job to apply for and they've gotten an interview, yay, how can they prepare for this probably remote interview?
Okay, let me get there. Have that screen up. My ideas. So yes, so I'm gonna just read off some really good things. Pardon my reading, but there's a lot of things that you can do to prepare for an interview. And these Zoom meetings are tricky. You want to make sure that you find a quiet place. I was telling Shelly that I have 3 dogs. You might hear them barking if my wife gets home. So that wouldn't be good if you're on an interview. See, I separated the dogs. I prepared for that. It's should be quiet. Hopefully, they'll barking make me a liar. So I switched my internet cable to directly connect with my cable. I think the cable wire connection is better than the Wi-Fi for Zoom meetings. And make sure your audio is working. Test your webcam. Close any unnecessary web browser tabs or anything you have open that you don't want the employer to see. You don't know, you mistakenly might bring something up and you didn't want them to see that. So just close everything. Especially like Shelly had mentioned, make sure your phone's turned off, make sure your Outlook, your email is turned off, because that makes noise. And I also turned off my Google Voice because we're all getting calls from Google Voice. I didn't want that ringing.
I think I heard this horror story one time. I forget who I heard it from, where someone was in like a Zoom interview and the interviewer was asking a question, and then I think they must have thought they were on mute because they asked Siri what the answer was, and the interviewer heard them, and that was a really bad thing to be. It was something they should have known for the job they were applying for, and they obviously did not know it. So I would just say also be careful about that, that you're probably not on mute, and make sure to check that.
Yeah, make sure that you practice a little bit before. Like Shelly and I, just for this, we got on 20 minutes early just to make sure everything is ready. If you find a problem, you can always call the employer and say, hey, I can't get through with the Zoom. I don't know what's going on, and you can fix that. So it's good to get on early and try to fix all your little technology problems.
Yes.
And Zoom is kind of tricky. It's funny. Like if you be in Zoom meetings, if you just sit there, it looks like you're frozen. So it's a really good thing to like shake your head, use your hands, make sure that it's kind of a lively thing. I wouldn't use your hands too
Probably
much.
helps you like seem engaged too,
Right. And make sure you ask questions, because if a person's talking and then at the end of the interview you have no questions, that's not good. It looks like you're not really interested. And yeah, so those are some basic tips for Zoom. Your background, make sure your background is professional.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would say you can avoid your bed in the background if you can. I know some people are in very tight spaces, but if you can just even shift your computer to, a wall or something, it gives you a little more of a professional background.
Yeah, some people have like their window behind them. It makes too much light and their face is all darkened out. You can't see them.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there anything else you wanted to share about interviewing before I ask you the next question?
That's it.
Okay, awesome. So then the last question I have is, how can a Family Houston employment coach help someone with finding jobs? So Michael, what can you do to help someone?
Okay, so basically we are doing a lot of Zoom meetings these days. So we can help people prepare in a lot of ways for their job search during COVID. A lot of people don't have Zoom. You have to download Zoom on your phone or your computer. So it's weird. We're getting like interference with somebody's talking in the background.
I know. I think that I'm not quite sure what that is.
That's okay. So basically, we can help prepare people in a lot of ways, and we can do it live on Zoom. So even though we're not sitting face to face, Zoom meetings, they're face to face, they're the next best thing. And it's really good to prepare for that. But one thing I wanted to show is the United Way website. So I want to share my screen. I don't know if you can see what I'm typing up there, but you'll see it in a minute. If you type in Community Job Bank,
we can see it.
You go to, this is a funny thing. So like, it used to be you could look up San Jacinto College, or you could look up something, anything you want to look up. And now these other agencies and websites have like taken over the internet. Like I'm looking up United Way Job Bank, and now it's all the way down to the bottom of the page.
You'd think that would come up first.
Yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you. So if you're interested in something related to social services, the Community Job Bank is a really great website for those types of jobs. But it's full of jobs. I mean, just look at the jobs that came out today, 12/3, 12/3, 12/3. You know, a ton of jobs have come out on this website. And if you're looking for a specific job, like I was thinking, we could look up a job for Shelley, but maybe we shouldn't do that.
Liz, I didn't tell him to do that.
Right. So let's look up something else. Let's look up outreach. So I did this before. And if you look up, so what I did first is I hit Control F. Control F will bring up a search box, and then you can put any word that you want to. So if a person's interested in working, you know, maybe visiting people, being outside, doing outreach, in any type of form of outreach job, like Coalition for the Homeless, I typed in outreach, it highlights the word outreach everywhere you look. So there's a lot of jobs that include outreach. So you can do this with any website. You can click Control F. So you just hit Control F on your computer, on the keyboard, and you can type in a word, and then you can see, like I did, outreach. You can find that word, you know, wherever it is in the website. So that's pretty cool. And that's just,
yeah, that's very helpful.
We can work with to help people during this search for the job search.
It's very straightforward, which I think is a really great tool.
And, you know, at each of our centers, we have a center in Bay Area. We have one in Waller, in Brookshire. We have one in Fort Bend and Stafford. Every center has a person that speaks Spanish. They all have a financial coach, a benefits coach, and an employment coach. Mm-hmm. So like each center has a variety of ways that they can assist people.
Which is great. It's like all in one, so you can, it's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, a lot of people will say, you know, I didn't realize this existed. If I knew, I would have, you know, joined a long time ago.
I know, it's such a great tool that's out there. I mean, the financial coaches, I mean, and employment coaches, it's something that everyone can utilize, and it's free. It's free for anyone.
Exactly.
No strings attached.
You know, the most referrals we get are from people who refer family and friends. Mm-hmm. So that's I think that says a lot about the program, that people like it and they get assistance. And then there are other ways that we can help people with their employment job search. We have referrals to the Assistance League and also to Dress for Success. So it's all new clothing, but they have really nice stuff. So we refer people to those places to prepare for an interview, to get the clothing to go to an interview. And then we also have other agencies that we refer people to for assistance. And we can give gas cards. We have these $20 gas cards. We can assist people to start their job or to go to an interview. Mm-hmm. You know, there's just a lot of assistance. If a person takes the training, we can pay for the books. If they get a job, we can pay for boots, jacket, clothes to go to work. We can pay for exams. So after you've taken a course, sometimes you have to pay to take the exam. So we can pay for that. So a lot of assistance out there.
Yes, utilize it. All of you, come utilize it. They're here to help. All right, Michael, thank you for sharing all that information with us. And if anyone needs help looking for a job, or if you know someone or someone who's looking to even just move up in their career, maybe they have a job, but they want to further it, to contact Family Houston. We're here to help. Michael, he's great. All of our employment coaches are great. So you'd be in good hands. You'd be working with them. And I know that many people can use these tips that you shared with us tonight to use, Michael. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. I look forward to seeing everyone for our next topic, which will be OCD on December 17th. So until then, I hope everyone has a great evening and a good weekend. Bye, Michael.